Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the best place that you could be in the entire world, the VHS Doom podcast and rental store. Today we have kind of a different episode for you. It's kind of a mashup, really. We had the pleasure of being able to interview the owner of Horror Depot, whose name is Joshua, about an event that he has this weekend, actually today, if you're listening to this on the day it debuts, um, in Rhode Island. So I wanted to, in our efforts to make sure that this show is creator forward, we wanted to take the first about 20 minutes of the show and let you listen to a few words from Joshua, the owner of Horror Depot, about not only his horror writers convention that he's hosting this weekend, but also a few other events that his organization has coming up, including a screening of a new a new horror movie that's coming out this year, and a convention that he holds annually. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Thank you so much for listening in. It's about 20 minutes, and then you'll hear our regular intro take off, and we'll be into our Prowler episode. Thanks again. We appreciate you all, and talk soon. Yeah, so Joshua, just tell me a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you're doing, and about your organization. That would be a good place to start, probably.
Yeah, so I'm Joshua Dolan, and I own Horror Depot. I do live events. You name it, I do it. I do a dark arts festival once a year.
Cool.
Last year, I had a film fest attached to it, which was pretty cool. I highlight independent films. I do a lot of independent film showings.
Okay.
Usually, I don't just show a film. Usually, it's an event. Usually, I have the writer, the director, somebody. Most of the time they're free, but sometimes you pay. It just depends. And then this is the first time I'm doing an author con.
Okay.
That's coming up the 23rd. And that's something I've wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to do it.
That's cool.
So there you go.
That's amazing. So you're the AuthorCon is in Rhode Island, is that correct? That's where you're at. Okay. Wonderful. So when people come out, what are they going to experience at your event?
Oh boy. So I have 35 separate authors,
Okay.
like tables, a couple of them doubled up. So altogether there's 37 authors.
Okay.
I also have a free table where local businesses will put out free swag.
Okay.
One author gave me a stack of free books while supplies last.
Wow. All right.
I'll be handing out limited supply Horror Depot, Horror Depot's AuthorCon bookmarkers.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
free of charge when you get in. The tickets are $5 and $3 with any student ID. But the good thing is I do have presentations from 2 to 4 or 2 to 6 rather. So the presentations, I have Tom D'Agostino, who is a legendary paranormal investigator in the East Coast. He's doing the history of vampires from
nice.
2 to 3. Yeah. And then I have reading and writing an extreme panel with Christopher Triana, who is an award winner, Aaron Beauregard, who's an award winner, Brandon Paris Sanchez, who just literally wrote a book. He's going to have like a few copies available. It's not actually released yet. So that's that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then John Lynch is also there, and that is going to be from 3 to 4, hosted by TikTok's Book Bitch, which I'm really excited about. Yeah. And then I have some stuff after that. So from 4 to 4:30, I have Lit RPG and Horror by Ray Johnson. He runs a Lit RPG podcast, and he really wants to bring the attention to horror and RPG. So I'm pretty excited about that. Nice. And then after that, I have political horror.
Can you give me one moment, Joshua? I'm so sorry. My camera just turned
That's
off. I'm sorry.
You know what? It's just me spieling a bunch of shit. No one wants to hear it.
No. It's perfect. This is great. This is going great. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sorry. To be honest, we're still in like studio setup mode. So like I'm finally getting everything organized. For a long time, it was just me on my webcam on my computer, but I have a camera up now. I kind of set the studio up. I got my little, TV going and all that shit. So, I need to get like a constant power supply. I have like an EOS, a Canon, and I run it on batteries because I don't have that yet. So anyway, we're still working it all out, honestly. That's all right though.
You know what? It's a lot. I've done podcasts before, and I have a lot of friends that do podcasts, and some of them are like, we can't be bothered. We're just going to do it on Zoom and run it through a cleaner, you know, and other podcasts like, so I go to the Three Geeky Dads in Mass, and
okay,
man, they have like a setup, like it's professional. They have the table, the chairs, the 4 microphones hanging, all the equipment's right there. Literally record. They're editing as they record sometimes. Like it's insane. Yeah, and I'm like, you guys are way too advanced for me.
Yeah, we're trying to find ourselves like right in the middle, right? So like our podcast is like creative passion project for myself for sure. Like we've created a lot of characters. So like the premise is like a VHS rental store, where my co-host Mikey and I work, or we own it and we hang out and rent videos. But then we have like a cast of characters, people who work with us or whatever. And I do a lot of the voices. Mikey does a lot of the voices. So I do a lot of editing on the back end with like sound effects and throwing all that kind of stuff together. So it's fun. It's out of the box. It's different. But I have a lot of fun doing it, but we're not quite there on like the tech side. So we're doing our best. We're doing the best we can.
You know what? You just do what you can do.
That's it, man. That's it.
I like, that's how I actually found you guys. I was looking up VHS podcast and yours came up, and I forget what one it was. And then I was like, wow, these guys are good. So I think I posted something.
Oh, okay.
I think I posted something for you, and I was like,
yeah,
can't hurt.
Yeah.
I've never had anybody say, don't post my podcast,
Right. Please share, subscribe, whatever, right? That's always big.
I just moved in, right? And I'm redoing the library. I'm taking these down, and this is my library. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, nice.
I have a lot of books. I set it all up and realized I can't have those. And then I've got, DVDs.
Yeah.
And these are all my VHS down here.
Shit, nice.
Yeah, I've got Cracker Jacked. And then it was funny, you did one, and I was like, "Hey, that's the one. Don't go in the house."
Oh yeah,
it's one of my favorite. There's
nice.
Bloodsucking Freaks.
Yep. Oh, Bloodsucking Freaks is so fun. You got that on tape. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. So
yes, all Ralphus. Ralphus is a staple on the show for a little while. So.
Lloyd, I've got to meet Lloyd quite a few times doing events and movies and things, and I've helped Troma with a few things.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, cool. It's the most evil movie out there. He's like, it's pure evil. We shouldn't even have it. And I'm like, well, you're probably right.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It is. It's terrible, but fun. It's terrible fun. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I heard you guys with the vampire interview.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good.
Thank you. Yeah. Unfortunately, Mikey wasn't able to join me for that one because of family obligations. Or if you're a fan of the show, he was attacked by Chunky, the off-brand Chucky doll, in our
I heard that.
Episode.
I was like, where? Yeah. Where's Chunky?
Chunky is super close to Chucky, but just a little different and a little scarier looking. But yeah, no, he wasn't able to join me for that, but it was a lot of fun. So Zoe and Malachi from Vampire, they're two of the creators. Zoe's the writer. Malachi is an actor. Zoe is amazing. Malachi is amazing. Their project is super solid. So we had a lot of fun talking to them, and we're big supporters now, for that. But we want to support, anybody who's in this space trying to make their way, and we want to support you too, man. So I know you have a lot of cool different events that you mentioned when we were messaging back and forth on Instagram. So you have your AuthorCon this weekend. You also do, what other sorts of events do you do with Horror Depot?
So actually March 30th at Battlegrounds in Lincoln, Rhode Island at 7 p.m. I'm doing Horny Teenagers Must Die.
Ooh,
and
okay.
that's a free event. And that's going to have a few of the stars. I know Connor Holden's going to be there.
Okay.
And also the writer-director, Dave. I can't pronounce his last name, and I'm not even going to try.
I get it.
But
man.
that's going to be a pretty good time because it's such a unique movie.
Okay.
And it was filmed in Mass and Rhode Island, so it's fairly local. And that's the idea, bring the spotlight to the local people.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, that's what I have lined up. So it's literally like AuthorCon this Saturday, the next Saturday, the day before Easter is Horny Teenagers Must Die. And then after that, I kind of focus on the Dark Arts Festival, and that's August 11th now.
Okay.
So,
got you.
Yeah.
So, Horny Teenagers Must Die, looping back to that, is a 2024 film, right? I did a quick IMDb search. So a new film, and I was like, this sounds so familiar, but I haven't seen it because it's brand new. So a group of high school graduates travel to a cabin in the woods to celebrate and party, only to be picked off one by one by a demented psychopath who kills with farm tools and sex toys. Oh, shit. All right. Okay. That's what's up. That sounds fun, man.
Yeah. The and shout out to Battlegrounds. They're an airsoft and paintball place, and they're like, well, we'll do it. You just can't put posters up here, no
Okay.
flyers, because it's a family establishment.
Right.
And I was like, you guys are so awesome.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Cool.
And it's a wild movie. Like when you, so there's a certain love that comes with the genre, and some people that just make things with heart, you can tell,
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies. It's an independent. Everyone acts their balls off. Like they really put effort into this, and it shows. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, and just like yourself, like if you're gonna support, you need to support, and you need to highlight these things.
Yeah,
and more than anybody, if you're gonna do it, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody tells you, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not going to get done if you don't do it. So
that's the truth. Yeah. You just got to put yourself out there. And I feel like, the horror community, what I found, especially Instagram's horror community is something special, right? So there's a very large horror community on, Twitter or X, and they're very supportive of projects as well. But Instagram seems to be just like this special place. So if you have a project, you have a film, you have, an organization where you promote, or, you're just a creator, like when you connect with the horror community, you're really connecting with a group of very special people. And they're so supportive across everybody that we've spoken to. It's really cool. So yeah, if you have a creative project that you're trying to run with, like get in touch with somebody out there, and they'll get you in touch with everybody else. So we're about it. I love it.
Yeah, that's not only on Instagram. Like there are a lot of Facebook groups that are like that.
Okay.
Like I was in Books of Horror, and I read often. I read at least 100 books a year.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you know what? Set a goal and just do it.
Nice.
And being part of that group, that has connected me to a lot of good literature, and some of it not so great. But then like you buy the next book and you see how they grow as writers, and you're like, oh wow, this is actually he's getting way better. And
nice.
Now like a lot of those authors are at a convention that I'm putting on.
Nice. That's amazing.
So like you don't like everyone's like Instagram's great, but there's also TikTok and Pinterest is another place. I'm some really interesting people on Pinterest.
Okay.
And like you would never think that,
Yeah.
and also like going to conventions is another thing. So I help out with Monster Expo, and I have helped out with Salem Horror Fest. I'm not like an official helper there, but I do help out if I can.
Yeah.
And that's what you should also do. Like, put yourself out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just do it.
Absolutely.
And one person will talk to somebody else. Will talk to somebody else, and if you're the right kind of person, you'll get things done. So.
There you go. There you go. I love it, man. I love it. Well, we'll have to stay in touch because eventually, if you're putting together some sort of con, I'd love to set up a table someday and come hang out and maybe do a show from somewhere like that. That'd be a cool thing. Yeah.
So here's a rundown with the Dark Arts Festival. Like, so what I turned it into was this almost like a variety show. Like you walk in and there's vendors that are differently abled. And last year I had, not on purpose, I had a Russian guy selling his stuff right next to a refugee from Ukraine.
Okay. Yeah.
And they were hanging out the whole day. No issues. Like you wouldn't believe it unless you saw it. There were podcasters there doing live podcasts.
Wow.
And it was just really unique because you see these people, some people are in wheelchairs and other people aren't. And everyone was just hanging out and doing their thing. Amazing. And spending money and buying cool stuff.
Yeah.
So like that's the other thing it was really unique. Vendor wise was really unique too. And that's what it's about, like expanding horizons,
Yeah, absolutely. Growing together. I love it, man. Yeah. So we'll stay in touch. I would love to make that happen.
Even if you don't get a spot, like it's always good just to show up to these things. And it is kid friendly. Like I have an arcade in the place.
Nice. Okay.
So last year, a lot of kids were running around the arcade while the parents were shopping. So
that's amazing. I love that. Right? That's so classic. Good shit, man. Cool. Awesome, Josh.
You know what? I have kids, so I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you hopping on and telling us a little bit about your events and a little bit about what you do. I think I'd like to have you come back again, and get you to talk about a film eventually. So we do roundtable episodes, where we have, friends or acquaintances come on and just talk about, whatever film they want. So maybe think about that. And if you got time in the future, and we can coordinate it with like another, something that's going to be going on with you, we can do that. But it might be fun. I'd like to talk to you and pick your brain, especially since you have such an amazing VHS collection. That really makes me want to talk more.
What's funny? I actually stopped collecting VHS when it became a craze.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it gets expensive.
Is old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at my tapes and they're selling for lots of money.
Yes.
And I'm an underground horror guy, so I have a lot of underground stuff. And I'm like, people are like, I will pay you. I'm like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't part with it.
Yeah, that's Mikey. That's Mikey. I think his collection, and he's mostly DVDs, Blu-rays, but he's got like 5,000 titles now, and he's like, I'm gonna die with these. And I was like, I get it. He's nice enough.
It does change when you have children. I'll tell you. So a lot of the stuff you see is old because once you have kids,
that's where all the money goes.
Ramen noodle diet until they're out of college, like.
Yeah, that's the truth, man. That's the truth. Yeah. But, I'd love to have you come back. That'd be a lot of fun. We could do a round table with you. And Mikey would love to meet you. I'm sure of it. So, cool, man. All right. Well, so Horror Depot, Joshua from Horror Depot, and his, AuthorCon event is this Saturday, the 23rd, when this episode releases, but we're also going to put this on our socials beforehand. That way we can get you a little cross promotion. And can you tell me one more time where it is going to be held?
It is at the Rhode Island College Student Union. We are on the 3rd floor, but it is accessible. It is handicapped accessible. Everything's easy to get to. So
wonderful.
Rhode Island College Student Union.
And we start at what time?
It starts at 11.
Okay.
And goes until 6. and
Okay.
all the presentations start at 2, and they go until most likely the end.
Okay.
They're from 5 o'clock on. I have some stuff open, but they're gonna get filled
Yeah.
right away, I'm sure.
Nice. Yeah, for
So
sure. Okay. Awesome, man. Well, I hope your sold out packed house. We'll make sure we get all this shared out. And thank you for taking the time to jump on and talk to me for a little bit. I appreciate it, man.
you know what? Thank you not only for having me on, but also like supporting the community. The
Oh yeah.
vampire interview was great. Like,
Thanks,
and
man. Yeah.
that's that. Yeah, it's really cool that you guys are doing that, and I hope you do more of it. So, thank you.
100%. 100%. We always will. So perfect. All right, dude. Have a great rest of your day and we'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, have a good one.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks.
All right. Who wants some? Who's next? Huh? How about it? Who wants some?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the very best place that you could be in the entire world, the entire void, the entire hellscape of horror cinema, the VHS Doom podcast and rental store. Woo, 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 woo. Woo. I'm your humble host, as always, Dylan Crutcher, joined by my dastardly, dubious, nefarious, and can-cracking awesome man, Mikey Mutant. That's a tongue twister. No, you know cans today?
No, I drank this earlier.
I feel like that's a lie. I feel like you're going to get me and I'm going to be upset about it.
All I have is water today.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I believe you for now. But we're so glad that you're joining us again for another deep dive into just madness. We truly hope you all enjoyed our episode last week where we talked to the very cool production an upcoming feature film of Vampire. I actually haven't even recorded that episode yet, so I don't know how it went, but I think
Unfortunately, I can't be there. It's gonna be fun, I think
it was amazing. Yeah, we're so Mikey and I both have kids on the way. If you haven't been listening in to the show lately, so we're trying to really rack up some episodes and get as ahead as we can. Which means that we're kind of ahead of ourselves in
I do have an update.
Live stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up?
Yeah, it's going to be a girl. Yay!
Hey!
Girl dad!
He's having a girl. Girl dad. Bro, girls are so fun, man. I love being a girl dad.
As Mike said in our group chat, I'm finishing the family set or something.
Oh, yeah. It's the family set. Yeah. Yes, right. The box set of family. Yeah. That's kind of what we're doing too. So we have Aria, and she's gonna have a little brother. So we just went in reverse of you guys: girl first, boy second. Yep. So fun stuff, man. Fun stuff. But yeah, so we definitely hope you guys enjoyed that interview. I hope I will enjoy that interview when I do it. Yeah, and I do want to give you guys like a quick update. We really appreciate all of you that are supporting us and listening in every single week. Our interview, we'll call it was our roundtable. Mm-hmm. Our roundtable episode with Matt or Matthias the Ill from Mutant City Horror is actually our second highest listened to ever episode.
You guys listened to it a lot in the first 2 days of the episode. I can't believe it.
You blew that shit up. So thank you guys so much. We really, really enjoy working with Mutant City Horror. We enjoyed recording with Matt. I really enjoy just being friends with Paul or Rated PG. So hopefully we can get them back on the show sooner than later. We kind of got a packed schedule lately.
Yeah,
you guys
we kind of have an idea of what movie
cool.
we're going to cover with them next, and I think you guys will love it if you love us.
Yeah. It's we've been discussing what that title is going to be, and I think it's going to be fucking fun. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for that. So if you haven't, well, you know what? Before we dive into all the fucking pandering shit, I do want to say happy 50th episode, Mikey.
Yeah, I can't believe
happy
it.
Happy 50th. Bro, I can't fucking believe it either. We made it to 50. Like, that's fucking wild.
Next month is a year. And we wild.
Yeah, right. So we did. Holy shit. Face. So I have Hannibal playing in the background.
When you see, when you see his face for the first time.
Yeah, I was like,
oh goddamn. That was like one of my favorite movies. I was like younger. Like, oh, I have the figure of him after he bashed the guards in Silence of the Lambs.
Nice. That's what's up. Yeah, that cut. I love having my VHS player and my TV right here that I can just play, like, because we're in a fucking video store. But sometimes I look over and I'm like, oh shit, goddamn.
I look like I'm in the back room of one.
Yeah, you are in the back room. It's super scary back there. When you walk through our like back hallway, you have to pass the Cult of Cthulhu, which kind of hangs out in one of we rent out a side room to this culty group. They pay really well.
They told me to put up some Lovecraftian movies in the wall right over there.
Yeah. So like, you guys keep smashing and destroying our VHSs. You fill them with slugs. You do a lot of stuff. So we have to stay in business somehow, and that includes renting out a room. Because we have a spare room back there next to Hugh Janus's
there's
closet.
Some cultists that come in like druid attire. And they chant, Ia Cthulhu Kataka.
Right, so something like that. Yeah, so that's why every time we take you guys to the back room, you get to hear that like ridiculous chant. But that's because they're always there, like 24/7 chanting. It's pretty wild. I'm waiting for the store to
nice people though.
Yeah, they're super nice, but I am waiting for the store to just be absolutely destroyed by Cthulhu one of these days.
Their buffet platters are out of this world.
Literally, they're full of tentacles.
Literally.
Yeah, it's wild. So anyway, all of that getting way off track. That's all right. Just want to say thanks for helping us make it to 50. You guys are awesome. We have over 50 subscribers now. If it's your first time listening, hit the subscribe button, please. It really
50 on 50.
Oh my god, crap! I don't know why that popped in my head.
55th Street.
55th Street. Yeah. So thank you guys.
That's why 55.
Yeah, 55. Yeah. So if
5 fingers.
Okay, that's enough. If you no more Crip Mac, absolutely not. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, please. It helps the show a lot. We really appreciate all of you who have subscribed and rated the show already. If you've already subscribed and you haven't rated the show yet, hit the stars. It's super duper helpful. I actually screenshotted exactly how to get to those stars on Spotify, and I'm going to put that up on Instagram. So if you're not sure how to leave us a rating on Spotify or Apple or anything, I'm going to put up tutorials. Don't worry. That's okay. But it really goes a long way to support and help the show grow, because the more ratings and the more subscribers you have, the more Spotify or Apple or wherever you're listening, the more they show that to new people. And as our community grows, we're going to be able to do more cool stuff. In that same vein, hey, we have a Patreon. I'm going to start pandering to you now. So we have some very cool things in the pipeline, or have already kind of created them. So we have custom member cards. I'm going to set up multiple tiers starting this week, I believe. And one of those tiers is going to include one of these lovely VHSs, if you're watching on YouTube, that you can see in front of me randomly.
Mother's Day one's coming to me.
No, Mother's Day is mine. This one is my new one. That's staying with me. This is
so awesome.
This is the Media Home Entertainment copy from 1985. No, 83.
I have that same
83.
I have that same Jurassic Park one.
Oh, do you? Yeah. So you will receive a random VHS in the mail after you've been a subscriber for 2 months. So we're putting all of this together. We're getting there. It's still early. Right now, it's only $3 a month, and you get the membership card. You get an open invite to any of our recordings. So friends, if you haven't, definitely check us out on Patreon, patreon.com, VHS Doom. Join us, and we'll send a VHS randomly to your house if you join us at the right tier when I make that tier. So, hey, do that. Okay.
Nothing violent will happen.
Yeah, and Mikey might, I don't know, fucking body slam you right through a table or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I'll pop out your mailbox.
So the VHS shows up. It's in a little box. And then when you what's in the box? And then when you open the box, Mikey pops out and he grabs you by the head and he fucking just slams you on a table. Yeah. Okay, cool. So
Wishmaster kind of thing.
Dirty Old Bastard. I was listening to him yesterday. Actually.
No, I said the Wishmaster.
Oh yeah. What is your wish?
And they powerbomb you through a table.
To get powerbombed by Mikey through a table. We haven't talked about that in a long time, man. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, check out the merch store, vhsdoom.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom. It takes you to an alternate website. You can purchase our merch. One day I'll get our new logo up there. So yeah, cool stuff. And if you have not, wherever you're listening to us, one more time, go subscribe, leave us a rating. We'd really appreciate it. Also, we want you on the show. If you're a band, you're a director, or you're an actor promoting a project, we would love to do a collab with you. Doesn't matter if you have a podcast or you're an artist and you have a comic book. We'll talk to anybody. We really enjoy having creators on the show. We've had a comic book creator on the show so far. We're having we already had a movie director, I believe producer or cast member. I'm not sure who's showing up actually on the show, which is so weird in this timeline. But so if you have a project, hit us up. We'd really appreciate it. And we just want to support our local.
We're in the future and the past. Rick and Morty shit.
Right. Yeah, we are. We would love to support
Rick.
Artists. So yeah, shoot us an email, vhsdoom@gmail.com. Let us know what you're doing. We'd love to hear about it and get you on to talk about it. All right, dude, Mikey, how have you been, buddy?
I've been good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a cold right now. I keep getting sick because of my son, but that's what happens when you have kids and they go to public school.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, nice.
I'm really happy. Me and my wife are really happy with the news we got about our upcoming daughter.
Yeah, that's so fucking cool, man.
Saying in movie terms, upcoming.
Yeah, upcoming. Our upcoming daughter. Yeah, nice.
I don't know. I thought it would be funny to say that. So.
I like that. Yeah.
Pretty much just stay-at-home dad stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
Just getting ready for the baby.
Yeah. Okay. Nice, man.
And you want to know what I watched this week?
Yeah. What you been watching, buddy?
All right. So I watched Sleepaway Camp Part 2, Unhappy Campers.
Okay.
This one is one of my favorite slasher movies of all time. It's starring Pamela Springsteen, Bruce Springsteen's sister, as Angela. And supposedly Angela is reformed, living under an assumed surname, and is working at a summer camp. However, when the campers start misbehaving, she reverts to her old ways of murder. It's directed by Michael A. Simpson. He directed the third one also. And it also stars Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen's sister, Renee Estevez.
Oh, okay. Neat. So
there's a funny part where
Bruce Springsteen's sister and the Estevez Sheen sister.
Yeah, and the funniest thing is, so when Angela catches these two little kids taking pictures of like girls topless, their names are Charlie and Emilio.
Okay,
I started dying because I never realized that in the years I've seen this movie.
That's
this
awesome.
one's a good one. It kind of feels like Scream almost, because like at parts where they parody other movies. Like there's a part where a kid is dressed up like Jason, and he's like gonna scare Angela, and another one's dressed up like Freddy.
Oh,
and she kills them dressed like Leatherface.
Really? Okay,
it's a good one.
Neat.
Yeah,
I like that.
The second one I watched from the director of Edge of the Axe and Vampires, Rest in Pieces.
Okay.
And so this one, pretty much a married couple moves into the wife's aunt's estate after she died, and some crazy zombie shit happens.
Nice. Okay.
And
cool.
the gore in this one is amazing. It's from 1987. Rest in Pieces. It's Vinegar Syndrome put it out. I'd say it's a really good one. Matter of fact, when we went to Monster Mania Con, it's one of the ones I got on. I got bootleg from the bootleg DVD section.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, that guy always had a good selection.
I got that one and Edge of the Axe. I didn't even realize at the time when I bought them that was the same director.
Okay, cool.
So that's what I watched and what I did. So what's up with you?
Nice. Yeah. So, work, man. It's, I took over this new location. I manage at work. So it's been a lot of new stuff. It's been a new team that I'm integrating into, and things are busy, and I'm trying to get things on track in a new location, which is, it's a lot. So it takes up a lot of my time, both personally and professionally, because it's a big project. That being said, I haven't done much other than work. I did have some time the other day to make a commercial for Beef Juice Esquire, which turned out pretty
so much fun.
Yeah, I got to dress up. I tried to, if any of you who listen to us live in Texas, which Bearded Villain, Mike, you live in Texas, but if anyone else does, you may
Jimmy
know.
used to. And
yeah.
You used to too.
Yeah, you may know of Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer. So he does some pretty good commercials. He's a lawyer down there who mostly deals with like traffic stuff. But I was like trying to channel my inner Jim Adler. So I even put like a card in my jacket pocket that said, "Don't mess with Texas." And I wore a hard hat, and I held this hand and just kind of shook it at the camera like it was my hammer. So it was pretty fun.
Is that what he does?
Yeah, he holds a sledgehammer, and he's like, "I'm Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer." And funny. Yeah, he's going to smash your opponents with his hammer, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so that was...
I mean, the gavel kind of makes sense.
But it's a fucking it's a full-size sledgehammer. Bro,
that's great.
Look up Jim Adler if you haven't. Like, I'm giving him, hey, Jim Adler, shout out, fucking sponsor the pod. But yeah, if holy shit, that face keeps throwing me off every time I see it. Wow, I should not play Hannibal in the background. Okay, so yes,
amazing effects for that movie.
Yeah, for sure. All of that being said, I've been busy. I got a little bit done, but I haven't had a lot of time to watch films. So I was very excited because on eBay, I got a copy, the 1983 copy of Media Home Entertainment's Mother's Day by Charles Kaufman. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it right here. It's in
Lloyd's brother.
Yeah, great condition.
Hail trauma.
It was from a local rental store. It has the horror sticker. Number 2774 is the title on it.
I love that.
I know. Super, super exciting. I am so happy I got this, but this is what I watched. So I watched Mother's Day 1980 by Charles Kaufman. It's produced. Associate producers were Lloyd Kaufman. It wasn't at that time a Troma production, but now it is in the Troma catalog. So I don't know if they obtained the rights for it or not. But yeah,
Troma.
both Lloyd and Michael Hertz were associate producers on that. So it's a lot of fun. Three friends, college friends, go out into the woods for their annual friend vacation or whatever. And they go to the wrong place where a couple backwoods brothers and their insane mother live. And chaos ensues, and you get, a lot of shit happens. It's a tough watch in some parts. It's got some sexual assault in there, but it's got really good a very good revenge story as well. And also
the remake is pretty decent too.
I haven't watched the remake. Who did the remake?
It's directed by the director of Saw 2, Darren Lynn Bousman.
Really? Okay. When did it come out?
I want to say 2010. I could be wrong. Let me see.
Okay.
I have the DVD somewhere.
Is it more serious, or is it in the same kind of like goofy vein?
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember it being more serious.
Yeah? Okay.
I know Sean Ashmore's in it too.
Okay.
2010.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
You know whose their favorite horror movie this is? Chris Jericho.
Oh, for real? Neat.
He always talks about this one, yeah.
Really? Oh, I did not know that. That's interesting. Okay.
Weird fact. I used to listen to his podcast. He used to talk about it a lot.
Yeah, cool. Nice. Awesome. He's Canadian, right? Another Canadian guy?
Sadly, yeah.
Shout out, Troy. We miss you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. We got to get you back on for another roundtable, dude. I really had fun doing that, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Cool.
That was our Silent Night, Deadly at Night episode. If you guys haven't listened to that one.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I used to talk about how our lowest listened to episode was the New York Ripper, which is not the case. People actually went and listened to it. Thank you all for being cool.
Thank you. That's one of my favorite ones.
I know, but you know what is our lowest listened to episode now? True story is our Silent Night, Deadly Night with Troy. Everything else has popped up above that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you guys aren't.
I feel like you guys would love it because that's like one of the beloved slasher movies. Honestly.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I know it's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Listen to that shit.
But go listen to it. And Troy's fucking cool, man. It's a good time. It's our very first round table, so it's the first time you guys got to hear the cult that hangs out back chanting. So yeah, anyway, so that's what we did. That's what we watched. Okay, so last week, friends, we sent you home with a curated list, which was super nice, from the vampire movie crew. And the movies that they sent you home with are going to be, for the kids, they sent The Secret of Nim, which is a fun one that we've sent once before, but you know, good stuff. It's a lot of fun. They sent you with the original Sleepaway Camp, which is awesome. That Mike, you have.
Oh, that's funny.
Sleepaway Camp 2 in there today. I know. They sent you home with Exists. I have never seen Exists before. Have you?
No.
It's 2014, it looks like. The story revolves around a group of friends hunted by something in the woods of East Texas. Okay, nice.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
A remote cabin in the woods movie. And then lastly, they sent you home. Oh, no, there are two more. So they sent you home with The Descent, which was fun. Yeah, fun. And then lastly...
Classic. Don't watch the second one. The second one's trash.
They sent you home with Creep. The movie.
That's a good one. I don't remember it well. I remember liking it a whole lot.
Yeah, so Creep, which they even put in the text that they sent. God, we love Creep. So Creep's from 2015, which is apparently documentary. It's like a docu horror where someone films a strangler for the day because he wants to make a movie about his unborn child, but then his requests become
it's a full documentary. It's really good. I like it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
When I first watched it. It's been 10 years though.
Yeah, I might see if I can find it before I talk to them. Because
I think it's on Netflix.
This is backwards. Is it? Okay, gotcha.
I think so.
Yeah, but they said they love Creep. So very cool. So yeah, that's what we sent you home with from them. Thank you guys from Vampire Film so much for curating that list. But Mike, well, do you hear that music? What the fuck?
I'm here to pick up my tapes.
Wait, why is it like 40s music?
Back then in World War II, we used to watch this sort of films on projectors.
Wait, what is this? What is this? Wait, dude, there's a Dear John letter here.
Pamela should be holding my tapes. Where's Pamela? Well, if it isn't Mikey Mutant, I have a message for you.
Sir, who are you?
Get out of here. No, not the knife, not that really absurdly long knife.
Oh my gosh, this old man is so nimble. He's so violent. Holy shit! Fuck, Mikey! His head is off! His head is off!
What? How are you regenerating?
I saved him.
Scabby man, you traitor! God damn it, you little I will be back! I will get my revenge!
Oh shit, the old man's running out, and Mikey's dead. What the fuck just happened? Oh. Holy fuck.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, but your head is...
Scabby was here for a second.
Bro, your head is off of your body. It's in your hand.
No, it's on. Scabby, help me.
No, you're holding your head in your hands. What are you? You look like you're straight out of fucking Reanimator. What is happening? Oh my god!
I'm like sewn onto a bat now. Like in the second Reanimator movie.
Oh, okay. Scabby. It looks like Scabby sewed bat wings onto your ears. So, can you hear me through that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. I have like super sonar or whatever.
Yeah. Bee. Bee. What the fuck kind
my
of shit
God.
is that? Okay, so
My last apartment, we had a bat come in. It was scary.
that was insane. So that old man's name is Albert. I don't know. That was weird. But then he took off with his cane and he ran out the door after you were dead. That's weird, man. That's weird. I just thought he was a regular customer. Have you ever seen him in here before?
No.
No, me either. Shit.
Did you read the letter that was on the floor, though?
Oh, no. Let's check this out. It says, "Dear Prince Albert, I can no longer be in a relationship with you, for your cock is too small." Wow, that is so rude. Holy fuck. No wonder he's so angry. Oh, but look at the bottom of this. It says, "You must make him my victim. You must make him eat my beans." What? What the fuck is that about? His cock's too small and you got to make him his... I'm so confused. This is a lot of different messages on one line. Dude, the handwriting.
Dude, I think I know who it is.
What?
It's that Britbong asshole who attacked me on the last Candyman episode.
Oh no, not Dandy Man. Holy fuck. What? God. Bro, he keeps trying to have people kill you. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, dude, I don't know what this is. Like, the last time this kind of thing happened was, I think it was like you or somebody, not you, but like you, Janus, sent the killer on our New Year's Evil episode after me.
Oh, fuck, bro. Yeah, I wonder if Dandy Man's behind all of this shit. That's fucking weird. Oh. Okay, well, anyway, how are the tapes? Are they okay? Did he smash them with his cane?
Well, sort of, and also my blood's all over them.
Fuck. Well, we can wash them off. Pamela's a good cleaner. She uses lake water.
Yeah, she's gotten used to
it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. She has this like magic lake water that she uses to clean everything. It keeps everything very nice. So I don't know. Anyway, okay, yeah. Well, please, friends, make sure you rewind those tapes when you bring them back. We appreciate you, and this wasn't your fault. Everything looks okay today on your end. It's just sometimes we have some random people pop up in the store, and shit happens. Anyway, all right. So this week, I
always happen to violently die.
Yeah, for some reason, somebody has it out for Mikey. I don't know. We'll see about that. We'll see what's going on. I don't know. Maybe I'll hire a private investigator. Do you think Balthazar is still doing PI work?
I wouldn't trust him. He might be him.
Oh, interesting. Huh. Okay. Maybe I'll get Hugh Janus to
look into it. He did say last week he was going to kill me a bunch of times. So.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He's not here this week.
Before last, since we're doing this one in the future.
Yeah, sure. We keep jumping through the timeline. That's okay. All right, so this week, friends, we're jumping into quite the fun little slasher. So for our 50th episode, we decided we would do an actual slasher, which is the Prowler. We're glad you're joining us.
Killer.
Yes. Holy shit. Oh, God. So let's jump in. Let's have a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and press play on this 1981 slasher classic starring Christopher Big Face Goutman. Let's go. Do it. Do it.
It was 1945. The night of the graduation dance. The war overseas had just ended. The terror at home,
Roy,
was about to begin.
Roy?
Come on. Come on, kid. Don't play hard to get. What about New Year's Eve?
Well, that was different. I couldn't help myself.
The Prowler. If he wants you, he'll get you. Tonight, the terror begins again.
They never found out who did it. But
It had to be someone in town, someone who knew that she was called Rose. And Mark, that guy still might be around here.
Oh, man, I don't believe this. You're talking about something that happened over 30 years ago.
Whenever the time was right, he'd come back. The Prowler. If he wants you, he'll get you.
All right. Cool. Mike, you want to go ahead and take it away and read the back of that box for us?
Yeah. Avalon Bay, 1945. On the night of her graduation dance, young Rosemary and her date are brutally murdered by a prowler. Thought to be a jilted soldier coming home from war, the killer was never found. 30 years later, the dance is held up again for the first time since the horrific evening, but something else may have also returned. Tonight, the teens of this sleepy town will meet their grisly end at the hands of a pitchfork, blade, and more of the Prowler.
The Prowler. Because tonight will be the night that I will stab you over again.
From the director of Friday 13th, Part 4, the final chapter.
Yeah, that was a lie.
No, it's not. He did direct it.
No, I know, but it was not the final chapter. It was a big fucking lie.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I do have the fifth one on VHS. It's right over here.
Oh yeah, nice, cool. Savini did the effects for the final chapter and made it final, and they still didn't. Yeah. It still wasn't final. So yeah,
that's one of the best like deaths for like a slasher villain, where like Jason's head slides down his own machete.
Yeah. That is a great effect. That is a lot of fun.
He's good with like head kills. Speaking of which, that happens in this movie.
And neck kills. One of my notes is specifically like, damn, Tom Savini, these neck effects are killing it, man. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of great like throat slitting and stabbing kills in this movie.
He was really in that vein. That's like he went on after this, right? Because Friday the 13th was 1982. Is that right?
80.
Was it 80?
82 was the second one.
Oh, yeah. So
81 was the second one. 83 is part 3. Okay.
Yeah, so Friday the 13th 1, the original, was released on May the 9th in 1980, which I feel like they really missed out releasing it on a Friday the 13th. But whatever. And then October the 9th, 1981 is when The Prowler came out. So Savini had already done the Kevin Bacon Bits arrow through the throat scene, which that's one of my favorite kills in all of horror. And I'm sure I've definitely said that on this show already.
Mine too.
So yeah, when I was thinking, man, good throat shit, I thought he was practicing for that, but that coup de grace came before all
good
this.
Throat shit.
Yeah, that throat shit. He'd be throating them. All right, so The Prowler is a 1981 American slasher film directed by Joseph Zito, written by Neil Barbera and Glenn Leopold, and starring Vicki Dawson, Christopher Goutman, Lawrence Tierney, Cindy Weintraub, and Farley Granger. The film follows...
Farley Granger's in my favorite Hitchcock movie of all time, Rope.
Nice. You know,
I think... You guys should go see that one. It's a great one.
What is my favorite Hitchcock film of all time? I really like... I think I watched with my dad when I was young, Rear Window.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Vertigo is my second favorite, and then Rear Window.
Jimmy Stewart might be my favorite. Although, I mean, Psycho's
He's in
great.
a bunch of Hitchcock's movies.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Stewart in general. But anyway. See, I'm looking out my back window with my binoculars. The film follows a group of college students in a coastal California town who are stalked and murdered during a graduation party by an apparent World War II veteran who killed his ex-girlfriend in 1945. At least that's what they make it out to be. No, that's what happened. Filmed in late 1980 in Cape May, New Jersey. Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't know they filmed it in Cape May. All right. The Prowler
looks nicer than Cape May now.
It does, yeah. The Prowler was independently distributed by Sandhurst Releasing Corporation. It was not a major commercial success, ranking 135th overall that year at the U.S. box office. And grossing less than $1 million. In some international territories, the film was released under the alternate title Rosemary's Killer, as Mikey said, in a version that truncated many of its graphic murder sequences. Though it has received mixed reviews from critics, The Prowler developed a cult following in the years after its release, as most horror movies did, with praise aimed at its hard-edged violence, showcasing special effects by the man, the myth, the legend, Tom Savini, as well as its atmosphere. It has been named one of the greatest slasher films of all time by several different publications, including Complex,
including our own Michael
Mutant. Michael Mutant. I like
that
more than
name.
Mikey. I like Michael Mutant a lot more than Mikey Mutant. That's what you are now. You're professional.
I'll change it on Twitter then.
Michael Mutant.
Michael B. Mutant.
Michael B. Mutant. Complex and Pace Magazine both said that this is one of the best, and it's noted as a classic of the slasher film subgenre. The film has also been compared by a number of critics to another slasher film of the same year with a similar plot, My Bloody Valentine.
I said that to you last night. It's so funny that I was in our notes already.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so that is true. I can see it even from the look of the killer. So, it was produced by Joseph Zito and David Streit. The cinematography was by João Fernandes, but was credited as Raul Lomas. I don't know, I guess. It was edited by Joel Goodman. The music was by Richard Einhorn. The production company was Graduation Films, and it was released on June 26th of 1981 to a runtime of 89 minutes, and the budget of $1 million
I think it's good.
was not quite made up at box office, but yeah, so good stuff. All right, so I think this week we're going to go through the plot because we have plot notes, but I think we're going to do it. I personally think I like more when we do section by section and have notes on each section.
Okay.
Instead of running through the whole thing.
My notes always come usually in order, so that's great for this.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we'll start out with the beginning. On March 12th, 1944, in Avalon, California, during World War II, a woman named Rosemary writes a letter to her boyfriend breaking up with him. On June 28th, 1945, Rosemary is attending a graduation dance with her new boyfriend, Roy, who suggests that they go out to Lover's Lane. While there, they're attacked by a mysterious prowler wearing an army combat uniform who impales them both with a pitchfork and then leaves behind a red
so cool.
rose. Yes. So, when they were reading the letter in the beginning, I thought that was a really cool way to start out the film. I don't know. I just like, and then I like that she signed Rosemary and she had a rose in her signature. That was kind of cool. So it just kind of led really well into that intro there. And I'm a big fan of 40s and 50s feeling movies. So in my head, I was like, holy shit, if they kept this whole film in the 40s and 50s and we had a 40s or 50s serial killer film, that would be a lot of fun. And then boom, aliens show up right at the end. I don't know. We're going to make that. We're going to make that film for ourselves.
So it's Night of the Creeps.
No, it's not.
In the
beginning. Yeah, they stay in the beginning the whole time. I really loved the boyfriend's car. He had this sweet fucking 1945 coupe, and he was talking about.
I like what he said to her. No, not to her. To the other guy. Take your mitts off my girl.
Take your mitts off my girl. Who is that? Yeah, but he also had a line where he was like, your dad doesn't like me just because my dad has more money than his dad or him or whatever.
I think that was funny too.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking conceited. Yeah, so when the pitchfork came out, I was like, holy shit, you don't see that a lot. I don't know. That was what other killer has pitchforked people to death?
Jason's used a spear, but I know it's not kind of the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Can't really think of one, honestly.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I like that a lot. It was an interesting choice. also with the combat gear and everything else, that was fun. So
yeah, I had that note too. I said I like how the killer is getting ready like an action movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like actually suiting up to go to battle or go to murdering. When the killer cut the lights on the little gazebo like all around them, I thought that was pretty cool. And then he's on the boyfriend's on top of Rosemary, and then she's impaled through him. So that's.
But it also reminds me of from Friday the 13th Part 2,
right?
When which was a not rip off, but it was an homage to Bava's A Bay of Blood, which had the same kill.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So that was fun. I like that a lot. And then he does leave the red rose, which is his calling card. So that was pretty neat. And then, whoosh, we flash ahead from 1944 to 1980. So on June 28th of 1980, college senior Pam McDonald is making a last-minute arrangement for that night's graduation ball, the first to be held since 1945 because of the murders. Helping Pam are her friends Lisa, Sherry, and Sherry's love interest, Carl. Later, while visiting her boyfriend and the town's deputy, Mark Landon, Pam overhears a report of a Prowler. She expresses her concern about Mark's safety because the sheriff is leaving town for his annual fishing trip. Mark reassures her and promises to meet her at the dance. Pam then heads back to the dorm to get ready and eventually leaves with her friends. Sherry stays behind to shower and receives a surprise visit from Carl. While undressing, he's attacked and killed with a bayonet, and then the killer impales Sherry with a pitchfork in the shower. So there's a lot. He's dead. Holy fuck, yeah. There's a lot that happens.
Yeah, I have a note.
He's fucking dead. He's fucking dead. He's been hanging all night.
I made a joke for that part. In my notes, I have the knife went through his head is so iconic.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it iconic.
Oh, iconic. Okay, Dad.
Because his eyes go white after it happens. That's such a cool effect.
It was. That was pretty neat. Yeah. So there's a lot.
Also, he cleans off there was a lot. Sorry, the second note I had. If you want me to go into it or not.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He cleans off the blade, but then he has a giant circle on his chest of where the blood, where he stabbed him, the blood from when the guy's head was on him. I thought it was funny because he didn't clean off his shirt; he just cleaned off his blade.
Right? Yeah. No, that is funny. Yeah, there's a lot that kind of happens in that section. That's like a quick segment, but okay. Personally, the very first time that I saw, make sure I have his right name, the first time that I saw Christopher Goutman in this film, I was like, why is his head so big compared to his body? And I know that probably sounds really fucked up, and it is, but he has a big ass fucking head and a skinny little body and skinny little shoulders, and it didn't help that he had such massive hair. I don't know. I'm not judging. I'm not picking on anybody, but it was noticeable. Fuck, he's got a big head. Also,
people say that about me usually.
Oh no, your head's not that big. Okay, so they say that Mark, the deputy, is Pam's boyfriend. But while the deputy is visiting the school while they're setting up the decorations, he's already flirting with her friend, which I don't remember if it's Lisa or Sherry, but she's like, what are you doing?
They're not even friends. At one point she says she hates her.
Right. So he's obviously, I think so.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of Sleepaway Camp 2, sorry.
Oh, are you?
There's a scene like that in Sleepaway Camp 2, yeah. Sorry,
no, yeah, I was going to say they all seem like friends. They were all roommates and they seem fine together. But the girl who ends up flashing the major, she is flirting with Mark really hard. So I was like, are they dating, or is this kind of just they're friends casually, whatever? I don't know. But that really did seem to bother Pam. Especially when later at the dance, her friend pulls Mark for a dance. That really fucking bothered her. So I don't know. That was just a weird little love interest thing. So when she gets in the shower, what's her name gets in the shower? Sherry. When Sherry gets in the shower and Carl shows up, she's like, "Oh, hey, how fast can you get undressed?" And he's like,
"It was a nice homage to Psycho, by the way."
Time me. Yeah, it was. So he goes and he's when he's getting undressed, he gets killed. But I would feel like, so the shower is got a glass door, and like, sure, it's a little foggy, but if I saw this like big ass fucking like dark figure,
you can tell he's like dark green,
right, moving toward me, I'd be like, what the fuck? There's no way. I'd be like, oh, you're back. Like, also, how is that shower so hot? There's so much steam. It's an unbelievable amount of steam.
It's probably because the door was closed.
This is going to be like a separate note, but like later, okay. So Pam goes back to the fucking dorm room several times, and every time she goes back, there's so much steam pouring out of the bathroom. Like, how are you not suspicious that your friend is still in the fucking shower? Like the first time that Pam went back, I was like, I would have been like, you're still in the shower. Like, are you okay? Like, there's no way I would have not checked because it's been like an hour, like how long are you in the shower? Anyway, whatever. That was just,
I think there's one of my notes was, I think it's cool how like her like getting killed like goes right into the music.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I like that. That's a good.
And my next note after that, and you can do yours probably. White people dancing weirdly to rock music. LOL.
That was kind of like in the beginning too. The swing dancing, they were all goofy ass dancing. I love that. But yeah, white people dancing to rock music. Like, that's a good note.
80s like dancing to rock music was very, very weird. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, for sure. No, so yeah, my other notes. I mean, just on that section that I read was definitely the white eye effect on the boyfriend was really cool, Carl, and the stab through the top of the head, such a cool effect. So Tom Savini really brought his A game with that. I loved that.
The head
so
and
much.
the necks.
Yeah. There's no fucking way Carl. We'll get to this, but there's no way he would be alive. There's absolutely no.
Oh no,
absolutely no way. And I know, I feel like it's the classic...
Especially because he was hung, too.
Yeah, it's the classic Savini ending jump scare homage to Carrie. Like, I think that's what he was doing, but whatever.
Yeah, that's what he said. If Jason, yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's why, that is, why he's Jason's daddy. But anyway. All right, so moving on. So at the dance... Pam spots Mark and motions him over. As he's walking towards her, Lisa, that's who it is. Lisa is the friend who flashed the major. Lisa asks him to dance. Mark agrees, which upsets Pam. Mark then walks over to Pam, and the two share a brief but tense exchange. And then moments later, Lisa walks up, bumps Mark, and that causes him to spill his drink on Pam's dress. Pam gets mad. She returns to the dorm to change, and she's then chased by the same Prowler, but escapes. She runs outside into elderly, wheelchair-bound Major Chatham, who was Rosemary's father. She grabs...
I have a note for that.
Sure, yeah.
Major Chatham, more like Major Pervert.
He was super creepy. We'll get there. So, yeah, Major Chatham...
Before that too. Okay.
Yeah, grabs her arm. Well, so, yeah, he's also... So he was flashed by Lisa before, like when they were all in the dorm room, and they were like, oh, Major Chatham's been watching you all year from his window. So she runs over and she takes her shirt up and's like, woo, and you see him over there staring. So yeah, he's a super pervert from the beginning. Anyway, so Pam escapes from Major Chatham's grasp, and then she reunites with Mark. She tells him about the Prowler, so he goes to investigate, being the deputy. After checking the dorm, Mark only finds boot prints and wheelchair tracks outside. The two then go to investigate the Major's home. Pam realizes that his daughter was Rosemary at this point, and that her killer was never caught. Convinced that the Prowler from earlier is the same killer, Mark and Pam head back to the dance and warn the chaperone Allison about the possible danger. Okay, so through that bit, Mikey, what do you have?
Okay, so I have so we didn't get up to the part where Lisa dies, right?
No, we're not to the pool yet. No.
Okay. All right, cool. So I have never drink punch bowl. It's always spiked, and I think we've learned from our climax episode never to drink it. So
I don't drink punch anymore, and I never will the rest of my life. Thanks.
You might have LSD, you might have vodka, you never know.
Thanks, Gaspar. No
bad things happen after you drink it, though.
That's true. Yeah, punch equals death.
Kids getting locked in electrical closets and dying.
Yep, punch equals death. Put that on a shirt. Buy the shirts. Yeah, okay, cool. What else you got?
Well, I have when they arrest their friend who's drunk. There's a reference to Hawaii Five-0, the TV show with Bookham Pamo, because like in the show is Bookham Dano.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha. All right, I didn't catch that. That's a good catch.
I have a note, but right before we get to that kill, I have Lisa's not just in trouble, LMAO.
Yeah,
because okay, that's what I have so far.
Okay, so I feel like this is actually I wrote this in my notes a little bit later, but I feel like I should have said this earlier. So prior to the Prowler showing up, the sheriff is planning he's got an annual fishing trip, and he calls the state police, and he's, to help because they know there's like a killer that's been on the way to the town before or whatever. And he's like, well, I'm not going to cancel my fishing trip for this. Like if I don't start the summer out with fishing, then I'm just going to die. And I was like, what? So I feel like that's one of those jobs you just can't be like, yeah, like I'm going on vacation anyway. Like, so
especially like when like a murder happened at that dance 45 years before.
Right. So that was
it's the first one in 45 years since it happening.
I was in my head at that point. I was just like, this is the worst cop I've ever seen in my life, because he just doesn't care.
Oh, speaking of worst cops, so the part where Mark goes back to the police station.
Yeah.
I have a note saying the deputy just leaves the party when there's a prowler outside and he's supposed to be investigating that.
Right. Yeah. Right. It's like
what?
More important to him to take the drunk to lockup than because that's
when
why they left.
The funniest part is he tells them not to leave.
Right. Nobody leave. Stay here. I'm going to go.
And I'll take him with me.
All right. And I'm going to take this drunk guy with me, because it's more important for me to lock him up and book him, Pamo, than to stay here and protect you all with my weapons. Yes. No, that was weird. He's a bad deputy, and the sheriff's an awful sheriff. That is what it is. Okay. So good stuff. Those are good notes. So meanwhile, unfortunately, Lisa has left the building prior to the chaperone letting everyone know that there's a prowler about. So she goes to a nearby swimming pool to cool off, and she does encounter the killer, who dives into the pool and slits her throat with a bayonet, which was wild.
Practically beheads her.
Pretty much. It was a wild kill.
And like the knife looks like a giant sword too.
Yeah. I was like, in my head at that scene, I was like, okay, so how's he gonna, she's swimming away. Like, how's he gonna catch her? I was not expecting him to slip into the pool and like pop up right behind her. That was a cool decision on their part.
That was a cool death.
Yeah, it was a cool death. That was a cool one. I loved I love a scene where there's a ton of blood in a pool. It's a cool look. I just like that a lot. So, Paul, then Lisa's boyfriend, is arrested by Mark.
Stay away around pools around Dylan.
Yeah, because you'll get blood in them somehow. Allison goes to find Lisa, but she's also stabbed and killed. Poor chaperone. She was just trying to do the right thing. Yep. But bam! Neck kill. Savini at it again with his neck killing. Mark and Pam go to investigate the cemetery and discover an open grave with Lisa's body in it.
Okay, I have a question. How did he get there fast enough to put the body in?
How did he get there fast enough to put the body in? When did he have time to dig up the grave without anybody noticing? It would have been during the day, right? If anything. And where was the dead?
Rosemary's body.
Where's Rose? Does Rosemary's body pop up later? I can't remember.
No.
It doesn't, right?
It doesn't.
It doesn't like pop out of something or like...
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, you know what? No, what I'm thinking is I'm thinking of Mother's Day, where the body pops out of the closet, or like they open the closet and it's hanging on the back of the door.
Or pieces also when the body falls out of the closet.
Yeah. No, but I guess I don't remember Rosemary's body popping out of anything, so I guess that's just not answered. God damn it.
Rosemary's baby?
But where is the baby? Okay, so Mark, being a little bitch of a cop, doesn't know what to do, and he tries to call the cabin to call the sheriff, which was hilarious. When that
guy is such an asshole.
He is the least helpful attendant I've ever seen in my life. From the beginning, he's like, I just got here. So funny. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, can you go get him? Sure. Schmack.
He puts the phone down.
Yeah, and he just plays his game a little bit more. Nah, he's not
puts
there.
some chewing tobacco in right after that.
That's like your quintessential, like, I feel like that was like a South Carolina kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the people.
I've never been there, but yeah,
the people I grew up around, that's what they were like. But they were nicer than that. So I don't know. He was just being a dick. Yeah, so he's ignored.
I feel like they would like the police more than that guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. Actually, no. Rednecks are not necessarily good cop. They're not cop lovers.
True.
Yeah, it's not typical. So
always ask for a lawyer. Don't talk to the cops.
Don't talk to the cops. Ask for a lawyer. Beef Juice Esquire, attorney at law. So Mark then calls the state police because he's not getting help from his boss. He informs Pam that the state police told him that he reported the Prowler had been caught 3 hours earlier and that he could not have killed Lisa. Okay, whatever. Pam suspects that Lisa's killer, holy shit, that was a big one, is the same killer who murdered Rosemary and her boyfriend in 1945. They go.
Like the only podcast I listen to where people are just burping randomly.
I cutting them out. Don't worry. They go to investigate.
I mean, yeah, definitely vomit on it. So
no, that's true. Vomit radio. It's a thing. So they go to investigate Major Chatham's house again. Mark is attacked as the Prowler chases Pam through the house. I have problems with this, actually.
Oh wait, you forgot one part in the cemetery when Otto looks through the car. He's all creepy when they do the red herring thing.
Oh yeah. That's true. That's not in my notes. Yeah. So yes, Otto was the guy in 1945 who like grabbed the girl's hand, right? Pretty sure.
He's also the guy who works in the
grocery store or whatever.
Grocery store, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, convenience store, I guess, at the time,
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he's staring through the window. That was super creepy. That made me jump. Actually, that made me jump. Yes. So
I have a note about him for later.
Okay. Cool. So they're at the house here, and Otto, who is the employee of the local convenience store, and an armed member of a small posse patrolling the neighborhood for the Prowler. Apparently, I don't know. I didn't get that vibe. Was there a posse?
No.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
That's a weird note.
He just shows up.
Okay, yeah, he just shows up and he shoots the Prowler with a rifle. Okay, let's stop here.
I have a little note for that part if you want me to say it right now.
Yeah, let's stop and go through because I'm getting too far ahead.
Okay, so I thought it was funny how long it took between her looking at Otto and like she's like smiling at him.
Yeah.
Before the killer, like the sheriff, gets up.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Or tries to at least. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there was a part that was missing in here too. So there was a part where one of the roommates and her boyfriend go down into the basement.
Oh, I have a note for that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, and somehow Major Chatham gets down there.
He's just like watching them.
He's just watching them, and then we never see him again, do we?
No.
After that, Major Chatham he gets.
Well, they break into his house.
Yeah, but he doesn't come to his house. No. I think he literally just posted up to watch these two kids have sex, and then they never.
And I just want to say, again. If you hear something while you're fucking in a horror movie, it's not just the wind,
right?
Because he's like the funniest thing. He's like it's just the wind. She's like, there's no wind in the basement.
It could be drafty, I guess.
And he just goes on. They just go on.
There's no wind in the basement. Let's fuck. Okay. Yeah, no, that's a weird thing. So I felt like that was left open. Major Chatham didn't get killed. Major Chatham got into the basement to watch these two kids having sex, and then
he's just tugging it like a weirdo.
And we never saw him again after that. It really bothered me. Didn't
he
love
died
that.
Of a heart attack right after he was tugging it.
And he was left in the basement in a room that nobody could find forever until one day a kid stumbled upon his corpse.
Another 45 years from then.
And he just had a skeleton hand resting on his lap. Oh my God.
Where his wiener should be.
Where his wiener used to be. Oh no.
Coming next year, Phantom Wiener.
Phantom Wiener, the Major Chatham story. Oh, shit. Christ. Yeah, so that was really weird. I don't know. Yeah, so then also Otto, when Rosemary is getting chased around the house, and well, actually, Rosemary. Even before that, not Rosemary. Sorry, Pam.
She got deaded.
Rosemary she would be dead when Mark and Pam were getting kind of chased. Actually, Mark just got taken really quick. I was surprised at that part that the Prowler did not just kill Mark, but it makes sense once you know who the Prowler is. But in my head, I was like, oh, he did. Yeah, he got stabbed real quick, like Dunzo. But I guess the sheriff didn't want to have more work to do. So he didn't kill
I just say,
his employee.
His death, the sheriff says, is so lifelike and brutal.
It is, yeah. So then the Prowler, who we don't know who it is at the time, but it is the sheriff, is then chasing Pam around the house while Deputy Mark has been incapacitated. And I love when she hid underneath like the table that was like covered in a sheet, and he's just smashing stuff in that room, like smashing and smashing. That was pretty cool. I thought it would have been really cool, and I wish they would have done this because he had the pitchfork. If he would have stabbed it through that table and it like came close to her face, I thought that would have been a cool shot.
That'd be cool.
That's what I was expecting to happen, but it didn't, and maybe they just didn't have that ability. I don't know, whatever. But then, she runs, he chases her. Otto, who's a slow-witted employee. Oh, wait, sorry. We already know who Otto is. Otto shows up, and he shoots the Prowler with a rifle. But he quickly recovers. The Prowler quickly recovers and shoots Otto dead.
It wasn't quick. It was kind of drawn out, and they're just like staring at each other smiling.
Yeah, that's true. They were like, ah. And then boom, he shot with a shotgun before he tries to attack Pam again by reloading the shotgun. While pinned to the ground, Pam manages to unmask the Prowler, revealing him to be the sheriff. Pam wrestles with the shotgun from his hands and then eventually puts it under his chin and pulls the trigger, which was insane.
One of the best, like next to Maniac, one of the best of his like head explosion kills that Tom Savini's ever made.
Yeah, for sure. That was an amazing effect, and that kind of stops it. Now she afterward goes back to her room, so she's back in her living quarters, and she's covered in blood.
Dorm, yeah.
She's about to start, cleaning the blood off, take a shower, like get out of her bloody clothes. So like you're seeing this person deal with the aftermath of what they just dealt with in like an interesting way. I just like that. But unfortunately, she goes to the shower, which is still running, piping fucking hot somehow. And
like a day later,
and she's like, "Oh my God, Sherry, you're still in the shower. Like, shut the fuck up. No, this is not right." And then she goes and she opens the door. She sees Sherry and Carl's bodies in the shower, and Carl,
he's hung from like the spout.
Yeah, he's hung by the neck, seems to come to life, grabs her, and then she realizes he's dead. And
he's been dead for like a good 8 hours.
That was all just a hallucination. And that's how it ends, which is a very fun ending. I really like that a lot. So, yeah, so I think...
Was this a first-time watch for you?
Yeah, this was a first-time watch for me, which I do... Typically, I have a lot of detailed notes on these films, but I actually got into this one, and I didn't take as many throughout the process. I probably should have done a second watch to really write everything down.
Mine were just funny things I noticed, honestly. Yeah, one of them I also had I didn't say, though, was that knife was so cool.
Oh, yeah, his knife, like a very long bayonet at all. It's like a very, almost like a mini machete on it, something like that. Yeah. No, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this film. Did you have any like final notes that you wanted to?
Well, I said, how did he survive that long getting stabbed through the head if it wasn't like a hallucination? I thought it was funny.
Yeah. No, that would be weird.
What else? What else did I say? The that head explosion was top notch. Just like in Maniac, Tom Savini had an amazing head explosion effect, and that's the last of my notes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, good stuff, man. So yeah, again, I typically have a lot, but we do have some production notes we can get through on this. But I really got into it. I enjoyed watching the film. So I didn't take down as many as I normally would. So, but that's okay. All right, so we do have a few production notes here. So on the development of the film, The Prowler was co-written by Glenn Leopold and Neil Barbera, son of Joseph Barbera. Director Joseph Zito read the screenplay and was drawn to its misty quality, quote unquote, and quote, he said it had this strange dreamlike mood in it. It wasn't trying to be real. Sure. It was trying to be surreal in a way. So that was pretty cool. And then for casting, Farley Granger was cast in the film through his connection to the wife of an executive producer with whom he was enrolled in an acting course, apparently. So that's why you got to see him.
I didn't know. Interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Wait, how did you put? Wait, you can put photos in notes. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I grabbed a photo of the house. So the Emmeline Physic Estate served as the filming location initially. Zito had wanted to shoot The Prowler in Avalon, California, where it's set, but he later decided to shoot the film in Cape May, New Jersey instead, which he felt had a ghost town quality. I guess so. Maybe back at that time. The film was shot over a period of 6 weeks, which each consisted of 6 days' work. Wow, he was really working those people. It began in October of 1980, all of that filming. Contemporary newspaper reports cite a budget of between $400,000 and $500,000, though Zito has stated that the film ultimately did cost $1 million to produce. During the production, the film had the working title Graduation. The inn at Cape May served as the building that appears in the dance sequences, while the Emmeline Physic Estate served as the Chatham House, where the film's last act takes place. The dormitory sequences were filmed inside the historic Chalfanti Hotel. So that's kind of neat.
Also in Cape May.
Yes.
Oh wow! It's the oldest and more ornate large hotel in Cape May.
Nice. All right. So, hey, Cape May. There you go. Shout out Cape May. Sponsor the pod. Town of Cape May. Whatever. So for special effects, Tom Savini
will be popular in Cape May.
Yeah. Tom Savini designed the special effects for the film's elaborate murder sequences. Because the film's death sequences were so special effects intensive, the shooting schedule was crafted to prioritize the filming of those specifically, with whole days dedicated to one death sequence, which is very cool.
Wow.
Gotta love that. And last little notes before we get into the box office and release. For censorship, The Prowler was released under the alternate title Rosemary's Killer in both Australia and Europe, and it was in a cut that excises much of Tom Savini's gore effects. The German version omits all of the gore scenes, including the revelation of the killer's identity. Wow. That's just horrible.
They really, after the things that happened there, kind of went gore sensitive. It's kind of ironic.
I mean, it makes sense. They did replace the soundtrack with bird sounds for daytime scenes and cricket sounds for night scenes. Wow, that's awful. And Richard Enhorn's score with synthesizer music by an uncredited musician. This version goes by the title Die Fork des Todes, which is the pitchfork of death, which is kind of a cool title, honestly. The Encyclopedia of Horror from 1986 reports that Savini's particularly graphic special effects resulted in most of the murders being trimmed by the British release print.
I have a funny
British
thing,
release
actually.
Print. Yeah.
It was also re-released in 1984 as a Pitchfork Massacre with the tagline, "You don't need a chainsaw to have a massacre."
Oh, that's fun. Gotta love the way they did that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because, Pieces was you don't have to go to Texas for a massacre.
Right. It's a good way to just piggyback off of a film, 5 years earlier that just killed it and started so much. So if you want to take it away with box office and release notes, and then we'll get into our IMDb.
Initially, box office. Initially, Avco Embassy Pictures, who had previously released the slasher Prom Night, which is another of my favorites, expressed interest in distributing The Prowler. The film was ultimately distributed independently in the United States by Sandhurst Distribution Company. It opened originally in Louisville, Kentucky, and Dayton, Ohio on January 26, 1981, followed by a Kansas City, Missouri release on September 4th, 1981, and a premiere in L.A. in October 9th, 1981. Overall ranked 135th in U.S. box office for that year, earning less than $1 million during its theater run. I'm guessing that's why it never got a sequel.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so Blue Underground released a uncut version on DVD in 2002 and a Blu-ray in 2010. This is the Blu-ray for it. I used to have the DVD of it. Did I give it to you?
Yeah, you did. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I figured either I sold it or gave it to you. The extras include a trailer, a still, poster gallery, behind-the-scenes gore footage with Tom Savini, audio commentary with Joseph Zito and Tom Savini. In 2019, Waxworks Records released the film score on vinyl as a double LP.
Nice.
I wish this got a 4K by Blue Underground, since they put out a lot of their other ones on 4K recently.
I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure they're going to make you spend more money sooner than you know.
Oh, it's probably going to be like $40 knowing Blue Underground.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I held off on the 4K for Maniac and Zombie.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So expensive from them.
Yeah, for sure. Cool.
So
all right. Well, now we're going to get into our Harambe reviews, which I think
we're now switching to Rotten Tomatoes instead of IMDb because IMDb is ass.
Yeah, IMDb has not been doing so well lately. So we're going to check out our Rotten Tomatoes, good old classic Rotten Tomatoes, where we used to take reviews from, well, actually, no. We would do the critics' dicks and then we'd do Rotten Tomatoes together. But now we're going to do reviews from Rotten Tomatoes, but we won't take your dicks. All right, cool.
And we're going by the people, not the critics.
Yeah. All right, cool. Nice.
Okay. So this is a 1-star, or not even a 1-star. It's like a half-star from 2019. In the movie's lame attempt to build suspense, it moves too slowly and all too few kills don't make up for the long wait. Boring. Is the worst crime a film can commit. The Prowler is guilty of it. That is not true at all.
Wow.
I feel like this movie moved pretty fast, even from the start of 2 kills. Or actually 3 kills.
Yeah, no, that's 4. True.
Yeah, because it's in 2 couples that get killed.
Yeah.
No, sure. I don't think there's do you think it's drawn out?
No, I think it starts pretty quick. Yeah, that's 2 people in the first 5 minutes. So
yeah,
to me, I think it's fine. I think that they do a good job of setting up, building suspense from that very first set of kills up until the night of the dance. But it's a build that you need because it's the guy getting ready. You're kind of meeting different characters and red herrings throughout the process. So I think it's fine. I had no issues with timing.
So there's only one 5-star, but I kind of want to go into the half stars that are here.
Okay.
Because some of these are funny. Okay, so throw in a few red herring suspects like the school janitor in a basement. That wasn't a school janitor in a basement. The crazy old man who bags the groceries at the store. I don't like this review. This person's an idiot. The only thing they're saying is the film only made it through because of the reputation of Tom Savini's effects. I don't even think that's it. Because this person's gore does not equal scares. Neither does The Prowler. I think this movie was great compared to other slasher movies. I think you'd say the same.
Yeah, for sure. I
don't understand that.
No.
Okay. So the best we'll get on this is a 3-star. So slasher fans will enjoy enjoy the nasty, bloody murders. There's also a good amount of tension that maintains throughout the film, even though at the times pace could be quickened, especially after the tense moments. The calls for exceptions that are not fully met. Expectations, sorry. Some plot resolutions also not fully shown. It remains a good 80s slasher movie for the fans of the genre.
Nice. Alrighty. Thank you so much for your review, friend, and enjoy your...
You guys got an extra review on this one, too.
Yeah. Moving on, let's get the fuck out of here. So, thank you so much for joining us once again for our 50th episode. We appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you guys for building up our show in the last 50 episodes.
I know, it's wild. 50 episodes, 50 plus subscribers, so one sub per episode. Cool. Hey, if you're not subscribed,
I started out on my phone.
Yeah, hit subscribe. And I mean, we still have our issues. So like our last recorded episode, which is 2 episodes ago for you guys, my mic was way too hot. We're not sound engineers,
We're getting there though, I think.
Yeah, we're getting better, I think, every episode. So we might run into some stuff where our sound is off or the video's off if you're watching on YouTube. But we're doing our best, and we appreciate you guys being along for the ride. So
I appreciate you guys buying the shirts to get me a new mic, because working on that phone was terrible.
Yeah, you did. You guys did that for us, so that's pretty cool. So let's get you these films and get you home. So this week you're going home, once again, with some dope-ass flicks. First, from 1986, you're going with Evil Laugh by Dominic Brasica.
He's the kid who gets killed in the beginning of Friday the 13th, Part 5.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Okay, so medical students and their dates hear a cackling slasher at an abandoned orphanage, and shit ensues. Next, you're going home with The Night Brings Charlie from 1990 by Tom Logan. The Night Brings Charlie is a 1990 American slasher film directed by Tom Logan and written by Bruce Carson. It's a sequel. Oh, wait, what the fuck did I write? A sequel is to be written and directed by Bruce Carson, was announced in 2017. What the fuck kind of note is that? I'm going to cut that out. You're going home with The Night Brings Charlie from 1990 by Tom Logan. Holy shit. What's the synopsis?
That one's trapped on VHS. That's actually a doomed to VHS movie.
Is it?
Yeah, there's not been like a release on DVD or Blu-ray. You guys can find it on YouTube, though. It's on there if you guys want to watch it.
Oh, I might have to go do
be like me and be like a sicko and just buy a bootleg at a convention.
Oh, yeah, right, for sure. There you go. Hey, IMDb is about to save my ass. So, let's see here. Where's... A psychopathic serial killer terrorizes a small town. One morning, the teenage Shannon Davis is found with her head sawn off. The following night, of all nights, the doctor's daughter, Jamie, wants to attend a party. The sheriff organizes a neighborhood patrol, but they can't prevent the killer, and he hits again. Maybe it's
you guys are stuck in
Charlie,
horror movie?
The gardener?
Don't go to a party.
Yeah, for real. Don't go to any parties. We did that once. We went to a party, and, this was back in like 1980 something, because we went to Hull House, and that was insane. All right. So
your birthday party when we first hung out, and I got really, really drunk.
That's true. Yeah, I used to have a lot of alcohol at parties. I was cool one day a long time ago. Next, we're sending you home with Fatal Games from 1984 by Michael Elliott. A javelin thrower aims to kill 7 Olympic contenders at the Falcon Academy of Athletics. We've sent you guys with this once before.
Dylan and Mikey approved.
Yeah, Dylan and Mikey approved. That's a fun one. Silent Scream from 1979 by Denny Harris. Several college students take rooms in an old house where a grisly and still unsolved murder was committed years earlier. And lastly, from 1997, for the family and for the kids, we're sending you with Flubber by Les Mayfield. Professor Philip Brainerd? Is that Brainerd? I don't know.
Brainerd? Yeah, I think so.
Brainerd, played by Robin Williams.
This one was chosen by my wife, Katie.
Rest in peace, and thank you, Katie, is experimenting with new kinds of energy, and he thinks his project will save struggling Medfield College, where his girlfriend, Sarah, is president. But when he discovers a lively, rubber-like substance dubbed flubber, he gets so excited, he absent-mindedly misses his own wedding. Sarah dumps him, so he tries to use his discovery to win her back. Unfortunately, the mischievous flubber seems to have a mind of its own. Classic.
Such a fun movie.
Classic shit, man. All right, cool. Well, I really don't think we should announce next week's episode because I don't know what it's going to be yet. I don't know if we're going to have another.
We're in the future.
Yeah, we're in the future. I don't know if we're going to have an interview or what. But next week, we're going to bring you something fucking ridiculous. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Could be an interview with a director. It could be a fucking movie. I don't know. We'll tell you when we get closer to that. We'll announce it on our socials, specifically our Instagram and our Twitter or our X. But this week, let's get to our shout out. So this week, I'm shouting out, as always, my buddy, the Bearded Villain 83, otherwise known as Mike.
Buddy.
Our buddy. I have so many friends named Mike. It's insane. I'm shouting out Mutant City Horror. I'm going to shout out Vampire, the movie, who we just put an episode out with last week that I haven't heard yet, but I'm sure it's great. And lastly, I want to shout out Bobby Blood on Instagram.
What's up, Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby Blood
on Instagram.
I know, he's really cool. He was the director of Hell Nurse, which I talked about quite a few episodes ago at this point. But I did shout him out and say, hey, love your movie. And he said he'd come on the show at any point. So we're definitely, we have a pretty full roster at the moment, but as soon as some time comes up, I'm going to get Bobby Blood scheduled. That would be a lot of fun to talk to him. Who are you shouting out this week, buddy?
Okay, so first I'm going to do my friend Mike, our other friend Mike, Cinematic PhD. He just started his Twitch and his YouTube channel. It's going to be Cinematic PhD on both of them.
Nice, okay.
He's going to be doing reviews of movies, and I think he's just doing the streaming thing on Twitch.
Okay.
And I'm going to shout out Tangents of Horror. Steven and Brendan are awesome. You guys will love that one. Movie Dumpster podcast. They're really good. They're on YouTube also. And Film We Trust, another great podcast. And then Doom Generation podcast. And then my wife, Katie.
Nice.
And my son, Sammy.
That's what's up, man. Good stuff. Well, once again, friends, we truly appreciate you guys being here for our 50th episode and for sticking with us through 50 different fucking episodes. Holy shit. If you're a longtime listener, you're the best. If you're a new listener, hey, go back and check it out because there's a lot of lore you guys got to catch up on.
Check out our Silent Night, Deadly Night assholes. Episode assholes. I said it backwards. I said like Yoda way.
Check out our Silent Night, Deadly Night asshole pictures on OnlyFans.com. All right. Don't forget, come on the podcast if you have a project.
Okay, I have a bad cold right now.
You want to promote. Shoot us an email at vhsdoom@gmail.com. And as always, twerk till it hurts, beep till you creep, and rest in peace, Harambe, you angelic fucking bastard. We'll miss you, buddy, like we have been for years. Peace.
Me. You forgot about me.
Oh, no. Hugh, what the fuck are you doing out of the closet?
I escaped. Fuck you, Dylan.
Mikey, fucking grab him. God damn it. You can't
Put
be
him
out.
in the basement.
Put him in the basement.
Open the door. I can't believe you survived, dude. Where's he been?
We haven't fed him for a long time. The penis bins have been empty.
He's been on the run.
Time.
I think he heard we were doing Rotten Tomatoes and he came back.
Oh, that'll do it.
He was like 20 minutes late, though, as usual.
Yeah, what's new? He's always late to work, but at least he shows up. It's like Balthazar just doesn't show up at all.
I think he's just doing his Hitman thing right now. We shouldn't be talking about.
I don't know. I think he's
allegedly.
He's been planning his wedding with Ice Pick for a while. So I don't know. You going to go to that?
I wasn't invited.
No, he did invite you. He said
I never got it.
It's going to be at the Titty Twister and Bar and Grill, and vampires are going to be there or something. I don't know.
The only thing I got was like this letter that says, "Fuck you, Mike. You're not allowed to come back in."
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm not allowed back there. So after our last time we were there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a rough time. There was a lot going on there. Holy shit.
Our From Dusk Till Dawn episode, you guys should check out too.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. All right, cool. Peace, everybody.